Hey guys, Sportshot here, and today we're going to be doing a reticle customization tutorial. Now this is because a lot of people in my comments have been asking how I changed my reticle to the way that I did. And so I'm just going to go through every single setting that you can do to change it. And there are actually quite a few, so let's get right into it. So this right here is how it will look with the default reticle, which is just the 4 lines coming into the middle of the screen showing how accurate your firing will be. And you can actually change these up pretty easily by going to settings, and then here if you scroll down to crosshair, you have a few different options. Now, the first one I'm going to be covering is off, which is pretty obvious. It'll just make it so that they don't show up. And then if we go back down here to settings, you can also do custom. Now this is where it starts getting interesting. So what you can do is, I'm going to go over all of these first. So the cross is obviously just a little kind of plus mark thing, but if you want, you can also up the size of it, which is just the length, to make it look like that. And then you can also make the thickness of it more, so it basically blocks the entire field of vision. I don't know why you would do that, but you can if you really want to. Now if we go back here, I'm going to put it down to normal. You can go down to also hollow circle, which obviously just makes it a hollow circle. Now if you do hollow circle, I'd say size maybe 20. That is pretty good for using the shotgun class, since you don't have to be 100% accurate with it. You can just kind of get quick shots off with it, and you're gonna know when you're at least partially on aim, and you only do need to be partially on aim to get the hit with the shotgun. So we're gonna be going back down here to solid circle. Now it's the same thing as last time, but filled in. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we have our squares, solid square, same thing kinda. I like it with the shotgun, but if you like the square style more, the solid square obviously is just the square filled in. And another thing to mention here is that the cross is really good for really any other class in the game, because it will let you actually pinpoint your target, say with the sniper, AK, SMG, really anything with a direct line of fire. Now getting into how to change the color and shadow. The color here obviously is going to be your primary color. So if I go to settings, maybe I want it to be red, and then you have your lightness and darkness slider here, and then you have your full color spectrum. I'm going to put it on red in the middle. Hit OK, and you'll see that it has been updated to red here in the settings, and you can see that it is now red. Maybe if you can see that little kind of like half transparent black part behind the cross, you can go to settings, and if you want to change that, maybe I want to change it to I don't know, blue. This is going to be really ugly, but you can change it to blue like that. You can actually do a pretty cool effect here, which is I don't know what I would call it, but it's like a hologram effect where you have the lighter color as your primary, and your secondary will be the same exact thing but slightly darker. So it kind of, I don't know, I just think it looks pretty cool. And then also I showed you what size and thickness does. Size just increases how large it is, and the thickness will make the sort of like walls and lines of the reticle thicker or less big. Now moving here down to layered, it is the, actually I think it is the same exact thing. I don't know the difference between layered and custom. So let's go down here to image. Now image is actually pretty cool, and I'm going to show you how to actually input images here. So what you can do is you can go onto Google, search like PNG or like PNG reticle transparent background, something like that. Go to images, and you'll have a few to choose from here. I'm going to use, actually I think I might use, let's see, where's a good one? Oh, and to see that they'll actually work, you can drag them off the screen. If you see a little white box behind them, it won't work. But usually what you can do is download them and re-upload them, but I'm not going to be doing that here. So I'm just going to find a quick one. Okay, this is harder than I thought because... Okay, well this one's actually real. Just making sure, there we go. So what you want to do is you want to right click and then go to open image in new tab. And it will bring you to, I guess this page. You can copy the link here and go back to Krunker, go back to settings and find it. And then paste the link into crosshair image and it should show up. That is really large. If you think it's too large, well, I guess that's that. You might have to make your own. I might make one in this video later on, I'm not sure. And now for kind of like mods here, you can change up your scope and red dot image. So I did change up my scope here with this image, so I actually can't respawn right now as sniper. So I'm going to go back to settings and then right here in red dot image I'm going to paste that. Now if you are using an image, you are probably going to want to turn always show off, so it will fade out of your standard reticle and into whatever reticle you're using for your site there. Or if you want, you can have a completely clear transparent PNG image that has nothing on it there and then have always show, so it will always show your middle thing, like the middle, get the green thing that I have on screen now, it will show that as your reticle. Now I switched here to a sniper, and you can see here that I have a custom image. It also works with GIFs if you don't know, so you can use GIFs as your sort of image that you put in. Wow, this guy's really laggy. But yeah, so you can use images too. And I will show you how to turn off scope borders in a second here. Alright, so yeah, for the last part of the tutorial here, if you want to turn off scope borders, which basically are the black boxes around your scope, you can turn that off. And you won't have that black box around your scope, because the scope actually only takes up about maybe half of the screen. It doesn't take up the entire thing. And yeah, it's gonna be about it. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments down below. Tell me what you thought about this video in the comments down below also. And thanks for watching.